there was never a basis to pursue records from President Trump by the Biden administration. Jack Smith's Justice Department seemingly, I would submit, I guess, isn't it a coincidence that the day after the Justice Department is caught with this sham plea deal and corruption and abuse of court process, they file a superseding indictment trying to clean up its prior indictment while adding some poor guy down there in Mar-a-Lago, I guess, who essentially was a groundskeeper or, a facilities employee as part of some fanciful scheme that supposedly Donald Trump was running to try to delete videos of Mar-a-Lago and the interior of Mar-a-Lago. Of course, the videos were all turned over to the Biden Justice Department, and as Judicial Watch uncovered, they didn't want the videos to be publicized. So now they've added on top of the charges that Trump be convicted or of conspiracy to obstruct justice by deleting these videos that allegedly were sought to be deleted, but were never deleted as a result of this conspiracy. And I don't think anyone's really buying it. The reaction, I think, from the American people is that this is obviously a political indictment. And I want to take a step back. There was never a basis to pursue records from President Trump by the Biden administration. The records he had a right to have under the Presidential Records Act, meaning they were presumed to have been personal. Why do I know that to be the case? Because that was the position the Justice Department took with Bill Clinton's records that were disputed by Judicial Watch. And they said, because we were taking the position the Justice Department's taking now, well, he can't take any records he wants. And they said, oh, yes, he can. Doesn't matter if they're classified. They're presumed to be personal if he has them after he leaves the White House. They changed on a dime for Trump. So they manufactured this dispute with Trump about whether he had records he was entitled to. And then they escalated it with not one but two subpoenas and a raid. And now they're trying to jail him for not responding appropriately to the subpoenas, meaning obstructing them or hiding documents. And I encourage you to read the superseding indictment, and you'll see it's a whole lot of nothing. And it seems to me a desperate bid by Jack Smith to escalate the pressure on Trump as we get closer to the elections. And remember, this isn't just the only thing Smith has planned, because reports are he's going to try to jail Trump, and I will be blunt here, for exercising his First Amendment rights, an outright political prosecution, the likes of which America has never seen. He disputed the election under the law as a candidate, and under the law and under the Constitution, as his duties were, to make sure the laws were enforced as a president, and they're trying to prosecute him for being a president and being a candidate who dared to dispute Joe Biden. There's a desperate effort to jail Trump before the election, and we're seeing it time and time again being pushed by this Justice Department, A, with the superseding indictment, and then B, with the planned indictment on the election disputes of 2020. And then that's not all, because this tyranny that the Democrats are pursuing, and it is, you don't hear me talk about partisan. I don't try to characterize things through partisan lenses. I try to highlight the ideological divides here, because sometimes parties, there are members of one party that fall into one category ideologically that that makes it hard to say, well, it's just Republicans versus Democrats. Sometimes it's left versus right and such. But in this case, it is a Democratic effort. It's this, I say, contagion of tyranny in Washington, D.C., up in New York with the Soros-backed prosecutor, Alvin Bragg, and evidently down in Fulton County, Georgia, where, again, President Trump is being targeted by a Democratic prosecutor with a radical, new, unprecedented, novel application of the law to try to jail Trump, the president, and Trump, the candidate, for doing what he's able to do under the law as president and what he's entitled to do under the law and the Constitution, state and federal law, as a candidate. So this is not going to stop. This is not going to stop. And you know, Trump right now is campaigning freely. That I would not presume always to be the case, given the Democrats' obsession with jailing Trump. And of course, as I said, it's two sides of the same coin. The same Justice Department is obstructing justice and conspiring to protect and cover up Joe Biden crimes as it relates to Hunter Biden and other members of his family. So not only is there the political benefit of putting your political opponent in jail during an election, that's what tyrants do, but it also distracts the people from your own personal corruption issues. So it's an unholy mess of corruption, and we are going to continue to blow the whistle on it at Judicial Watch. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and like our video down below.